All right, welcome everyone to the Kentucky Nurses Association's 2024 Candidate Forum. We always start all of our meetings with a moment for mission. Does anybody we can only have time for one because Delano likes to keep us on schedule. Do we have anybody that has a quick moment for mission that you would like to share? I know, Delano, you probably have one, so you go for it.
Well, actually, I was thinking about the one that Nikki did just recently about the butterfly. You want to do that one, Nikki? That was awfully good.
I'm going to have to pass because I'm not in my office and that's where it's at. My apologies.
Your apologies. All righty then. In that case, I'll have to bring one back from some time ago. I'm not sure if you all saw the e-news from this week, but Sherry Chandler, our membership manager, gave a shout out to nurses who provide hospice care. And I had an opportunity to work for hospice for several years. And I can tell you that the care that they provide, palliative and hospice end of life care, is second to none. And what Sherry said in her story was how much she appreciated their focus on the family, the focus on her mother, and the focus on helping the family to address what was going on in the moment and what was going to be happening in the future. So Sherry's on with us now. So I basically want to say, Sherry, thank you for lifting up nurses who are doing the work of supporting your family and especially your mother. So thank you, Sherry. So my moment for mission is we as nurses support life at the beginning and all the way until it is no more. And that is my moment for mission.
Awesome. Thank you, Delano. And thanks, Sherry, for sharing your personal story as well. So yes, we are super excited to hear from our candidates today. So I became the chair of our nominations committee just recently. So I want to give a shout out to all of the members of our committee. We've worked really hard to make sure that we have the best leaders in place to take us into 2025 next year. So voting will run from August 1st to August 15th. You all should have received your email for now that shows you the instructions and how many candidates are going to be on each committee. And then it also includes some bios, but we wanted to offer the opportunity for everyone to come together today to kind of do that quick 2-minute elevator speech to let us know why we should choose you for that particular committee. So first, but to get us started, I'd like to bring our chair, Dolores White, up just to give a few words and welcome us to our night.
Thank you, Renee. And I just want to say hello to everyone and thank you so much for attending our candidate forum tonight. As Renee just said, I'm Dolores White and I have the pleasure of serving as the KNA president. We have an amazing list of candidates on the ballot, and it's going to be wonderful to hear from everybody tonight to learn a little bit more about each one and why they feel they're the best person for the position, and truly to help us inform our vote in August. As Renee said, we'll be voting in the first 2 weeks of August. There are going to be some tough decisions when voting, and truly tonight will be helpful. And we are excited about all of the candidates that are interested in serving the KNA as well as Kentucky's 90,000 nurses. We want to ensure that all of the candidates know that Joanne and I will be contacting each one of you with the results after the tellers officially verify the results of the election. We will contact those that were elected into positions as well as those that were not elected into the role. And we also want you to know, for those of you that are not elected, we will share with you other opportunities for appointments that are available. We will find you a different home in the KNA committees or cabinets. We will find you a spot. So watch for information to be published, as Renee said. because voting will be here before you know it, and we can make our decisions. And I also want to thank the Nominations and Elections Committee, starting with Renee Cecil for the amazing work in building the ballot. It has been a pleasure to work with Renee and the team. They work so very hard to recruit KNA members for the election. And again, we have an amazing list of candidates. Voting truly is going to be a very hard decision. So now I'm going to turn this over to Delano.
Hello, everyone. I'm Delano Manson. I'm the CEO for the Kentucky Nurses Association, the Kentucky Nurses Foundation, and the Kentucky Nurses Action Coalition. And as I mentioned earlier today in some meeting, I'm coming up on my 7th year. I can't even believe it. I came 7 years ago, and I planned to stay 2 years. But COVID got in the way. And so I decided I might even stay a little bit longer. So I am the red hook person. And what that means is you get 2 minutes. And if you go to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will shut your mic off. So it's just to give everybody an opportunity to share why they are the ideal person. And as Dolores says, there are no losers. Once you step up and say, I want to be engaged with KNA, if you are not elected, we have a place for you. Don't worry. There's lots of work to do. 90,000 nurses, that's a lot of nurses to support. And we can use all the help that we can get. So just remember, 2 minutes, not 2 minutes and 15 seconds, not 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 minutes. And let's see, that is all I have. You have been lined up to speak by cabinet, committee, and board. And we will be starting with, it'll be the alpha order of your last name, except for a couple of people who need to dash off to work, or they're on vacation and they're on a boat someplace. So what I'm saying is we have to be a little bit flexible, and we as nurses know how to be flexible. So thank you all for being here tonight, and thank you for wanting to be involved with the KNA. It's an incredible organization, 118 years old, and we are still doing it. Thank you. All right, awesome. Renee, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Delano, and thank you for Dolores as well. So we are going to start off with the Governmental Affairs Cabinet. We will start with Ellen Tinker, staff nurse. She's one of those ones that got to get back on the floor and get taking care of our patients. So Ellen, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cecil. So I have my little timer here, so I am watching. So my name is Ellen. I am a staff nurse at U of L Hospital, and I'm a nurse resident on the bone marrow transplant floor. So I'm in inpatient oncology. I am very interested in this position because I actually started off more on the political science side of things. I honestly was not one of those people that wanted to be a nurse from the get-go. In high school, I was a nationally ranked speech and debater. I was doing debate and model UN conferences and all of that stuff. And then I started college in Washington, D.C. I was interning for Congress. I was doing that whole wear pantsuits at age 18 kind of thing. And was like, I'm going to be on Capitol Hill by the time I'm 30. This is great. And then COVID hit. And I had kind of a quarter life crisis, and I realized I wanted a more meaningful career. And I just had this fear that I was going to become a career politician, never really do any direct good in the world. And I did not want that for myself. So I started working as a nurse's aide in the middle of COVID, pivoted everything, traded out the pantsuits for the scrubs life, and I kind of haven't looked back from there. So in my college career, I was our nursing student council president. I was involved in student government. I was on our executive board. So I've always kind of enjoyed parliamentary procedure and the government and how we can use the legislative process to do good. So this role and a lot of what the KNA does is kind of a marrying of those interests. And in the KNA so far, I've gotten to be involved with Nurses Day at the Capitol, the legislative conference, the Nurse Legislator Engagement Program. I'm currently working with Senator/Dr. Karen Berg, and it's been wonderful. I also have been working with Dr. Lisa Summers from Healing Politics, and have been doing work with that. I'm a magnet ambassador for U of L Hospital. So just, I have lots of energy. I love the legislative process. I love nursing, and I hope that you vote for me for this position. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Ellen. I hope you have a great shift tonight. So thank you very much. All right. So as mentioned, Eleanor said we were going to go in alphabetical order. However, for member at large, we are going to go with Teresa Villaran first because she is currently on vacation. So we're going to go ahead and
I don't think she's here.
Oh, is she not? Did she not make it?
She hasn't made it yet.
All right. So Kristen Ashford. So for member at large, our next one is Kristen Ashford.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm so excited to be here today to humbly share my passion and my interest in serving on the Government Affairs Cabinet. I've been a nurse for 34 years. I'm a women's health nurse practitioner. I'm a mother of four and hot off the press, soon to be grandmother, which makes me even more committed to serving this state and enhancing the health care of the Commonwealth. I believe that my skill set and my experience uniquely align with this position. I have had the opportunity to work at the community, state, and federal level in health policy and government affairs. I think what stands out a bit is that I've been in Congress for from 2021 through 2023, working on the Energy and Commerce Health Subcommittee, which is the largest committee in the nation to advance healthcare legislation. And what I did in that role is I learned how to write strong legislation, work with key stakeholders, and bring people together to make the best legislation possible. I've also have experiencing serving as the senior advisor and the health policy researcher for the Government Affairs Cabinet, which has been a true honor working with such an amazing team. I also believe that the areas that the Commonwealth and nursing uniquely align with my skill set and my experience, specifically related to rural health nursing, maternal child nursing, healthy workforce, healthy Kentucky, nursing safety, and nurses in schools. And so I am so excited to continue serving in any way possible for this amazing Kentucky nursing organization. And really, again, I'm a servant leader and will look for your vote and your areas to really advance the health of our communities.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kristen, for being here and speaking. Thank you. All right, Tracy, is it Bruck? Did I say it? Right? Sorry. Yes, I forgot to practice your name. So yeah, I got it. All right, the stage.
People all the time. It's like truck, but with a B.
Yes, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Tracy Bruck, and I have had the privilege of spending some time in Frankfort learning from our committee members, state representatives, and senators about the very intricate process of transforming ideas into laws. This experience really ignited my passion for joining the KNA Governmental Affairs Cabinet and also for applying for the Leadership and Advocacy Academy. I have been a registered nurse for 31 years. Last year, I finished my DNP in Health Systems Leadership. My bedside experience is in critical care, emergency nursing, CVICU. I also, for 17 years, was an assistant professor of nursing. During that time, I had the opportunity to serve as the KNA appointed consultant to the Kentucky Association of Nursing Students. In 2016, I became the Chest Pain Center coordinator, STEMI coordinator at Baptist Health Corbin. Recognizing KNA's 2024 legislative priorities, I'm really eager to advocate for policies that enhance nursing practice, support decriminalization of nurses, ensure safe staffing, and support nurses in all Kentucky schools. We know that that is a very important thing around our state. I also find it very important that one of our priorities is promoting a positive brand image of nursing and our profession. One bill that I'm very passionate about is House Bill 331, which mandates AEDs in all of Kentucky schools. Despite the passage of this into law, this law actually lacks funding for AEDs and training for staff in schools. I lost a cousin to sudden cardiac death because there was not an AED available. So I really see this as a very significant opportunity for us as nurses to influence the funding that is necessary to make this law truly effective. I'm committed to collaborating and advocacy to ensure that the voices of
Tracy, thank you so much. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great job, Tracy. Thank you. So I'm not seeing April Hester, which is a member at large.
She
Anybody?
is not going to be able to join us tonight. She had an
Okay,
emergency.
and I do not see Judy Mitchell. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, let's head on to our board of directors. For the treasurer position, is Liz Sturgeon on?
Hello, my name is Liz Sturgeon. I'm the current treasurer for the organization. I'm actually serving out the end of my second term. And while I've been treasurer, I've also been the chair of the finance committee. I'm one of those girls that likes to balance the books to the penny. And so although I didn't ever go into any type of work with numbers, I have had the opportunity to take care of large budgets in my work life. I can say that, well, I was on the committee that hired Delano, and I remember back 7 years ago when we didn't have any money, we were in dire straits. We didn't know what we were going to do, how we were going to correct the ship. And through the leadership of the finance committee, the board of directors, and with Delano on board, we were able to turn things around. And I'm happy to report today that we've had the funds to invest in Merrill Lynch, but we also had the funds to actually purchase the building in which we house our offices. And now we have a renter downstairs that pays us rent every month. So it's a great thing. And we're very stable now. We have about $1.5 million in the bank and doing very well. And this is all due to a wonderful finance committee. They're wise. They ask great questions. We know we got to spend money to make money, but we try to do so wisely. And I'm looking forward to maintaining the stability, but still grow the organization in this next election cycle. And I would appreciate your vote.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Liz. That is awesome. So we just got word that Teresa Villaran is now here. So Teresa, again, is running for member at large at Governmental Affairs Cabinet Committee. So Teresa, are you ready?
Hi, everyone. My name is Teresa Villaran. I am currently on vacation in Denver. I was part of the GAC last year when we passed HB 159. So really proud of that work. I do, advocacy with the American Society of Nephrology, with the National Kidney Foundation, with the American Nephrology and Nurses Association. I do a lot of advocacy, and that's really my passion. So I'd really like your vote to continue the work and be part of the GAC for the next couple of years. So please vote for me. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you for taking time from your vacation to speak. Thank you again. All right, so we're back to board of directors. So we have director at large, and it would be Valencia Brown, which I believe she is online.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Valencia Brown, and I'm running to retain my seat as director at large on the KNA Board of Directors. I was appointed to this role in 2023, and it has been an honor to serve 90,000 nurses across the Commonwealth. In my time on the board, I've actively contributed to the Human Rights and Ethics Committee and the Voice and Visibility Task Force. These roles have allowed me to champion ethical practices and ensure that our voices are heard by enhancing the brand image of nurses. During the pandemic, I served as the KNA team leader for our vaccination and testing mobile events, working to keep nurses and our community safe. Professionally, I am a family nurse practitioner working as a clinical research advanced practice provider at the Institute for Health Equity. I'm also completing my postdoctoral research fellowship where I focus on implementing evidence-based practices to support health equity research initiatives. Additionally, I direct a research internship program aimed at increasing diversity in clinical research. My vision is to continue promoting health equity, ethical standards, and diversity within our profession to improve health and patient outcomes. In the past year, I have made significant strides in these areas, but there's still more work to be done. With your vote, I am committed to driving positive change, ensuring that KNA remains a leader in healthcare innovation, policy, and equity. Thank you for your support, and please vote for Dr. Valencia Brown for Director at Large of the KNA Board of Directors. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Brown. We appreciate you being here. Next is James Nelson. I do not see James Nelson. Does anyone see? There's a phone number on there, so I'm not really sure who that is. All right.
I'm not sure who that is either.
All right. So Brittany Welch would be the next one for Board of Directors, Director at Large.
I do not see Brittany online.
All right. So let's move to our next committee and research cabinet. And we will start with our CE administrator, Nikki Wright.
Renee, why don't we go on to the next person? I'll ask Nikki to sign out and come back.
Okay, sounds good. The next one is the staff nurse, Maggie Durbin. Unfortunately, she is working tonight. So I am going to read her statement on her behalf. My name is Maggie. She just got her new name. So it's Maggie McMahon. I'm currently a Kentucky Nurses Association member of the Heartland chapter. I'm also an active member of the Emergency Nurses Association and the Air Surface Transport Nurses Association. I've been a nurse for 6 years now, and I have held many different positions in various emergency departments as a staff and travel nurse. Most recently, I've shifted my nursing career to a flight nurse position. I've always known I wanted to further my dedication and better serve my peers and patients by connecting with other passionate nurses locally and nationally. I am running and asking for your vote for the Education and Research Committee. I am passionate about advancing patient care and improving not only patient but nursing outcomes by utilizing evidence-based practice and new medical innovations. I would be honored to serve on the committee to better help this organization as a whole and further connect this group of nurses together. I believe that the connections we make together in this career is one of the greatest powers we have. My experience as a travel nurse has led me to over 10 hospitals in the state of Kentucky, and my current flight experience leads me all over the state of Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee, where I have formed many connections and friendships and also gathered insight on common changes needed within emergency departments, floor, and specialty care. Thank you for your consideration in electing me for this position. So that is Miss Maggie. So do we have Miss Nikki back?
We do.
Yay.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
We can. Go for it.
All right. I am struggling tonight. My apologies. My name is Dr. Nikki Wright. I am the current KNA CE administrator. I am the Evidence-Based Research Council chair. Also, I work with event planning, been a team leader with the COVID clinics and as along with the COVID vaccinations, taking on many volunteer opportunities to support the 90,000 nurses across the state of Kentucky. In my current role, I'm the orthopedic program coordinator at Baptist Health Louisville, in which I am the Evidence-Based Research Council chair. And I would love to say I would appreciate your vote. I would love to continue my role as the KNA CE administrator, working alongside some outstanding nurses to ensure that education continues across the Commonwealth. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nikki. Glad you got your technology work there. Thank you. All right, so researcher under Education and Research Cabinet is Candace Harrington.
Thank you. My name is Candace Harrington. I'm an assistant professor on the research faculty at the University of Louisville School of Nursing. I've been a registered nurse for 39 years, board certified gerontology primary care nurse practitioner since 2005, and a nurse scientist since 2015. I have a passion and a vision for improving the health outcomes for older adults with complex medical conditions and their care partners by teaching nurses and advanced practice nurses how they can contribute to the improvement of healthcare outcomes through practice, scholarship, and interprofessional collaboration. My experiences have facilitated regional, national, and international impacts in nursing practice, interprofessional health science, intra-professional nursing education, and knowledge-generating research. My mission as a certified nurse educator and nurse scientist is to foster a desire for lifelong learning, knowledge acquisition, and to empower future nurses and advanced practice nurses to strive for professional and personal excellence through education, research, and scholarship. As a nurse leader, I believe that my clinical and research doctoral degrees provides a unique perspective for the Education and Research Cabinet to mentor and guide current and future nurses and advanced practice nurses to become champions for effectual change in our evolving healthcare system. If elected, I will eagerly lend my experience and passion and time to the Kentucky Nurses Association Education and Research Cabinet to develop your confidence and skill in your desired scholarly endeavors through education, quality improvement, and research. Thank you for your consideration of the honor to serve in this capacity.
Awesome. Thank you, Candace. Appreciate you. All right, so let's move on to the Professional Nursing Practice and Advocacy Cabinet. And our first one up would be Administrator Sherry Kretzmer. Did I say it right?
You did, Sherry Kretschmer. That's right.
Yay.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sherry Kretschmer. I currently serve as the chair of the Nursing Professional Practice and Advocacy Cabinet. This has been my first 2-year term in the role, and it has just been the best group of women and men that I think I've worked with. I am the Senior Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer for U of L Health and for University Hospital in Louisville. And giving the opportunity to listen to the 90,000 nurses and their voices across this state has led the cabinet to do a lot of work, as you've seen on our social justice movie nights, around violence against nurses and violence in the workplace. The work that will be moving forward is, as we've been listening to the voices of the nurses, has been around virtual nursing, AI. How does that impact practice? The KNA is on the cutting edge and is one of the leaders in the ANA, and it puts this organization in a very great role to really demonstrate not only what we can do here in Kentucky, but what we can do across the country. I've been a nurse for 34 years. It's my one and only career. I spent 10 years of that as a nurse practitioner and then went into leadership because I really wanted to make a difference for our nurses. So I ask for your vote. I would like to continue the work that I've been doing with this wonderful group of individuals and really impacting all of our nurses across the Commonwealth. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you being here. All right, so now we go to staff nurse, which we have 3 listed here. So Jessica Hutchison, welcome.
Hi, I'm extremely excited to be here asking for your vote. My name is Jessica. I am currently a bedside nurse at Norton Brownsboro in Louisville, and my background is primarily in medical ICU and neuro ICU. But I'm also very comfortable with progressive care and med surg nurse roles. I'm a part of multiple professional organizations, including American Board of Neuroscience Nursing and Critical Care Nursing, as well as KNA. And I also have professional certifications in both critical care and stroke care, of which I consider a strong representation of my commitment to excellence in the nursing field. I'm interested in this position because I've been a nurse for almost 6 years, which is kind of a baby nurse compared to some of you all. But I'm ready to take on a valuable leadership role to continue to challenge myself in this profession because I just never want to become stagnant. I always want to keep growing. I think I'm best fit for this position because not only have I worked for multiple hospitals in Kentucky as a travel nurse, but I've also worked for numerous hospitals throughout the country as a travel nurse for the past 4 to 5 years. My experience as a travel nurse, though I'm now staff in Louisville, has allowed me to work with diverse patient populations. And I've also been exposed to different approaches to nursing care that I feel like has best prepared me to advocate for what nurses in Kentucky actually need at the bedside. My hopes while in this position are to make a lasting impact on decreasing bedside violence, continuing to implement evidence-based practice, supporting new grad nurses as they enter the profession.
Jessica, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Nice job, Jessica. Thank you. We have Matt Livers. Is he on?
Yes, he is.
Awesome. Great, Matt. Go right ahead.
All righty. Thank you, guys. So good evening. My name is Matt Livers. I'm a staff nurse on one of our med-surg floors at the Robley Rex VA Medical Center here in Louisville, Kentucky. I am running for the Professional Nursing Practice and Advocacy Cabinet. I've been a member of KNA since 2020 when I was a student at the U of L School of Nursing. I've been a registered nurse for 2 years, so a little baby. But nursing is my second career. Prior to nursing, I dedicated 12 years to advocacy for adults in the Louisville area living with disabilities, working to ensure they have access to the same good things in life that are expected for our non-disabled community members. In my work, I came across some inspiring nurses in primary care, home health, inpatient, and specialty clinic settings. I decided that I wanted to be a nurse and pursued that career change. As an advanced beginner nurse, I have shown initiative in improving nursing practice on my unit. I have restarted our practice council, which had stopped meeting before I came to the VA. I helped to reinstitute a unit newsletter, and I represent my unit on the Hospital Shared Governance Council. I'm trained as a clinical nurse leader. I just got my certification a couple months ago. So I'm always looking at evidence to inform best practices. I believe all nurses and nursing staff should be working to the full extent of their scope of practice. I believe that nurses, just like our patients, should have a voice in decisions that impact healthcare, particularly in terms of access to healthcare, and that they should have a voice in practicing in a safe working environment. I firmly believe that nurses have been the bedrock of care for patients, whether in the hospital or out in their communities, and will continue to be transformative leaders in the future of healthcare. I'm excited about the work that KNA is doing to support nurses in this. I would like to end by thanking you all for the opportunity to allow me to speak with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. All right, we have Julia Smith. Is she on? Julia. I don't think I saw Julia.
I don't think I saw her either.
All right, so we have a lot in this committee. We now are on educator. So Rachel Bentley. Is Rachel on?
Rachel is here.
I saw her, yes. Go ahead, Rachel.
Hi, good evening. I first just want to say, well, thanks for having me. but I am super impressed by what everyone is sharing. So this is just an amazing environment, and I'm so excited to be here. My name is Dr. Rachel Bentley, and I'm currently a nurse educator, a staff development specialist at UK Healthcare with a passion for educating, mentoring, and professional development. My core experience is working and instructing in critical care, both in the medicine, pulmonary, and trauma surgical ICUs. And my love for nursing and fostering the love in others for nursing is a major part of my identity. My purpose is to inform, train, and instill confidence in our new generation of caregivers to improve really not only the quality and safety of care, but also promote inclusivity and advocacy. I'm hopeful to serve as an educator representative in the professional nursing practice and advocacy cabinet to network, collaborate, and seek out new experiences and exposure, not only to progress as a leader myself, but be able to provide my staff what they need to be successful. I've started to make footprints locally and regionally and believe it's now time to test the waters on a more comprehensive level. So I truly believe I have to nurture my own professional development to be able to cultivate a sustainable learning environment for those I serve. My vision is for all of us, new and working nurses or new, and more experienced nurses. We all have the resources and support to not only provide great care, but love our roles and be invested in our contributions. Because what we do is so meaningful and we do make a difference. And we really must commit to doing more than just counting staff and checking boxes. So I call on all nurses, new and experienced, to work together on behalf of patient-centered care. I'm grateful for the mentors I've had through the course of my career who've lifted me up to get to where I am today. And I aspire to do the same and be a voice of change and an informed resource for my stakeholders. So thank you for considering me for this position. Again, I'm so excited to be a part of this.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. We appreciate you being here. Next is Tracy Jenkins. I think I saw Tracy. Yes.
I'm here.
Hi, welcome.
My name is Dr. Tracy Jenkins, and I currently am a pedagogical assistant professor at Western Kentucky University School of Nursing and Allied Health. I actually work with the treasurer, Liz, and I just love teaching nursing students. When I was a nurse on the floor in another state, they brought me some students, and I just fell in love. And I started clinical, and then I moved on and got my master's and then my doctorate. And I teach nursing full time, and I just love it. I am a KNA member, and I decided that instead of becoming president of Sigma of our Kappa Theta chapter, I would do it. I was vice president. I would do an about turn and aim my efforts towards KNA. I am so impressed with the work that KNA is doing, especially passing HB 159. I just am in awe that we are the only state in the nation that did that, and I want to be a part of this exciting work. I am committed to amplifying our voice and advocating for nursing, especially as a crucial STEM profession. We are STEM, and we need that recognition. That recognition will open doors to nursing students and nurses across the nation because we will have access to federal dollars. Nursing is the backbone of healthcare. I still work as a nurse. I just got off and I jumped in the shower so that I could come back on here. And I listen and I see and I hear what's going on in hospitals today. We need to revise our reimbursement model. We need to work with the Commission for Nurse Reimbursement. And I agree with the other candidate who said we need to get on board with AI. I started using that today with every patient I took care of. I asked ChatGPT, what should I do if a patient has something like this? But I thank you and ask you. Did I freeze?
You
Did
did.
I freeze or did she freeze? I was like, did I freeze or her?
Okay, I saw something and it froze, so I'm sorry.
That's okay. Finish your last sentence. Did she have more?
I just think together we can elevate our profession and drive meaningful change because we've proved we can do it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tracy. Jeanette Rogers, I thought I saw you on. Yes.
Yes. So hello, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Sure
All
can.
right. Hi. So my name is Dr. Jeanette Rogers. I'm currently a full-time nurse educator. I've been a nurse for 15 years. I started my nursing career as an LVN, and worked my way up to obtaining my doctorate degree in 2020. In 2017, I obtained the Certified Nurse Educator certificate. Clinically, I have been an emergency room nurse, a psych nurse, and a community health nurse. Currently, I serve as the secretary for Sigma Theta Tau, the Psi Upsilon chapter. I am also on the Mercer County Health Department Board of Directors here in my local community. I'm also a member of the NLN, the KLN, and I serve on many university committees. For the KNA, I have been a proud member of the KNA for a long time and started as a student member. I have been on the events planning committee, as well as I served on the antibiotic stewardship committee that partners with the ANA and the CDC back in 2015, which was an incredible opportunity. As a professional nurse and educator, I feel like I have a unique advantage to promote professionalism and advocacy within my students. So I teach in a pre-licensure program that just guiding that next generation of nurses. I'm dedicated to the nursing profession through excellence in practice, education, and advocacy. My mission is to empower nurses to deliver compassionate, evidence-based care that improves health outcomes and enhances the quality of life for individuals and communities. So I want to foster a culture of integrity, collaboration, and continuous improvement, ensuring that all nurses have the resources and support, as well as the voice they need to advocate for patients and uphold the highest standard of care and lead transformative change in healthcare. Thank you, and I hope that you vote for me.
Great. Thank you so much, Jeanette. Next is going to be member at large, and I'm going to share my screen because the next person is Trevor McGuffin, and he has sent us a video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trevor McGuffin. I'm running for member at large on the Professional Nursing Practice and Advocacy Cabinet. I've served as staff nurse on the cabinet for the past 2 years, and I'm very excited for the opportunity to continue work with the cabinet. My favorite aspect of the cabinet has been helping plan and execute social justice movie nights that reach nurses all over Kentucky. My vision for this cabinet is to continue to equip nurses with the knowledge they can translate into practice to create a more equitable environment for nurses and patients in Kentucky. Additionally, I will continue to use my voice and advocate for nurses and patients across the Commonwealth with the help of your vote. I greatly appreciate your consideration and look forward to serving you.
Awesome. So next up is Elizabeth. Is it Scheidler? Is
You
next?
did good. That's exactly right.
Yes, perfect.
Hello, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Scheidler. I'm running for a position in the Professional Nursing Practice and Advocacy Cabinet. I have proudly been a nurse for 26 years. I graduated from Murray State University with my BSN in 1998. My RN background is primarily med-surg, infection control, and education. I returned to Murray State for my master's degree, and I have been an APRN for 14 years. My APRN background is family practice. 4 years ago, I obtained my wound care certification and diabetic wound certification and started an outpatient wound clinic at the facility I work at. So that has continued to grow that service line as well. Currently working on my DNP and am enrolled at Frontier Nursing University to complete that with a focus on diabetes care. I certainly agree with the KNA vision to be a voice for nurses and to work for a healthier Kentucky. I want to give back to the profession that has given me so much. I have always tried to precept students, mentor new preceptor or providers, that I decided it was time to take that a little bit further and do more for nursing and patients in the state of Kentucky. I have a dear friend that I made a promise to that I would always be an advocate for patients. She unfortunately spent 10 years misdiagnosed and ignored and was eventually diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disorder that unfortunately by the time she was diagnosed, she had significant damage to her body and her condition is terminal. And I told her that her journey would not be solid, that I would use that. And I promised her that I would continue to advocate. And this is my first step in that. And I would greatly appreciate your vote so that I can make her journey matter to others as well and give back again to the nursing profession. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Amy Shaw, member at large. Do not think Amy's on, correct?
I don't think Amy's here.
All right, so let's move to the Ethics and Human Rights Committee. And we have a chair position, Miss Rosa Hart.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes. We sure can. Go right ahead.
All right. So thank you for having me on here today. I'm a relatively new member of the KNA. I've been a member of the American Association for Neuroscience Nurses and the AACN for Critical Care Nurses for a while longer, but I am so thrilled to be in this first state in the union to decriminalize medical errors. And I have not shut up about how that makes it the best state to work in as a nurse. So thank you all for your hard work. And I worked in the neuro ICU for 8 years to start with. And then for the last 4 years, I've been the stroke nurse navigator for Norton Healthcare, helping patients outside the hospital after they have a stroke. I'm running for the chair of the Ethics and Human Rights Committee due to my experience when working at Norton Brownsboro Hospital. For several years while I was there working bedside critical care, I also served voluntarily on the ethics committee for that organization. The nursing ethical principles are very important to me. The autonomy of respecting patients' rights to make their own decisions, beneficence, promoting the well-being of patients, justice, treating people fairly and equitably, non-maleficence, avoiding harm to patients, and respecting each human's rights. And I would really appreciate your vote so that I can serve in this capacity and advocate for the best quality of life for nurses as well as patients. And I think that KNA is a great way to do that. I want to learn from people who are effective, and that is what this group is. And thank you for holding space for us to do this here. Having access to care is really important to me. And so through the Stronger After Stroke podcast, I've been able to use that to reach patients all over the state. And I'm hoping to help with messaging for KNA as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rosa. Next, Elizabeth Bukey for member at large.
Hello. So my name is Dr. Elizabeth Bukey. I've been a nurse for 16 years. It's actually my second career. I originally earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and started in that field, which is where my interest in ethics and human rights kind of began. I've got a pretty diverse nursing background, including correctional nursing. I've done outpatient, inpatient, leadership, hospital education. I'm currently faculty at NKU in the undergraduate studies, where I have the privilege of working with our future nurses and really trying to instill in them the ethical principles that are the foundation of our profession. My desire to join this committee really stems from my staunch belief in the core values of nursing, being compassion, integrity, and respect for human dignity. My vision would be to foster an environment where ethical practice and human rights are at the forefront of nursing, to be sure that every nurse in Kentucky can provide the highest standard of care with compassion and respect. I'm very passionate about advocating for the rights of patients as well as healthcare providers, really ensuring that ethical standards are not only upheld, but are also kind of constantly evolving to meet the ever-changing needs that we have in society. So by serving on this committee, I aim to really contribute my knowledge and experience to protect the rights of our patients and also the integrity of our profession. So thank you so much for considering me for the position. I'd really appreciate your vote.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Next is a video that I will be sharing. Got this down now. All right, so this is Joey. And make it go. There we go.
Good evening and welcome to the Candidates Forum. My name is Joey Burke. I'm the chair of the Ethics and Human Rights Committee. I'll be stepping down from that position, but I'm very interested in continuing the work that this committee has been doing. I'm running as a candidate for an at-large position. The committee has really been committed to finding ways to help ethics become and remain a concept that is active, relevant, and accessible for nurses. And we know we have our work cut out for us. In the coming months, we will see the rollout of the 2025, the new edition of the Nursing Code of Ethics. And we have important work to do to get the word out, and so that nurses see that it reflects them, the work that they do, it reflects their patients, their position, their identity, and their future. So I appreciate your vote and your support. Thank you, KNA.
All right, thank you. And let's go back to next would be Matthew Garvey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Garvey. I've been a nurse in Kentucky for the last 10 years. I got my start at WKU for my BSN. I noticed that Dr. Sturgeon turned her camera off. She was probably like, I got enough of that boy in the 2 years I had him. Just kidding. But Dr. Sturgeon, Dr. Jenkins, hello. It's great to see you all. My clinical background is in emergency medicine and critical care nursing. I've also done some nursing education. I have taught on cruise ships. I have several friends who are nurse influencers, so taught with them as well. Now looking to pursue some more formal education opportunities and teaching opportunities at the higher level. Also, I'm a nurse entrepreneur. I own a legal nurse consultant company. So one of the facts I tell people is I went to the top of nursing. I got my DNP. I was lost. I had not been out of school since I was 2 years old, didn't know what to do. So I went to law school. So actually that's playing on my left. So I have law school going in this. But I'm running for the Ethics and Human Rights Committee, member at large. As Ms. Burke said, it is a pivotal year for the ANA. They are releasing their Code of Ethics in 2025. I actually encourage you, if you've not yet, they're accepting public comments through July 31st on the ANA's website. So if you've not read those revisions and provided comments, I would encourage you to go do so. I love ethics. It's what I do. It's one of the reasons I went to law school is ethical practice. And then also when you add the human rights component to it, I'm also openly gay. And so that's a professional passion, but also a personal passion of mine is to promote ethical practice and then also promote the human rights campaign. So thank you all for allowing me to be here. Dr. Sturgeon, I saw you turn your camera back on. Hi again. And I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your night.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matthew. And next would be Margaret McClellan, but I do not see Margaret on. Is that correct, Eleanor? You're on mute.
That is correct.
All right. Audrey, is it Poston?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Great. Go right ahead.
Yes. Okay. Hello, my name is Audrey Poston. I've proudly been a registered nurse for 22 years, and I'm a Western Kentucky native. I'm running for Ethics and Human Rights Committee member at large. I'm a graduate of Henderson Community College, and my BSN is from Murray State University, and I have experience in NICU, women's health, and oncology, and as a nurse preceptor. I'm passionate about education, nursing, and ethics. My husband and I took my husband's job took us to Charlotte, North Carolina in 2017, and I graduated with a master's in education from Carolina University. I wrote my master's thesis heavily based on ethics, and we moved back to Kentucky to care for my parents in 2019. Then after COVID, the nursing shortage inspired me to resume my nursing career and get a master's in nursing in teaching learning. I'm currently a nurse resource staff nurse and work at a cancer center and done that for the past 3 years. I joined KNA, Oncology Nurse Society, and ONS Greater Louisville chapter after moving back to Kentucky. My policy graduate course, Societal Issues, inspired me to help lead change, especially for the vulnerable. I passed the Certified Nurse Educator exam through the National League for Nursing and am now pursuing a DNP in clinical leadership through the University of Kentucky. I attended Nurses Day at the Capitol this year and was inspired. So the work that KNA does is incredible. So I stepped up to serve in the Legislator Engagement Program and applied for the Legislative Advocacy Academy. I'm committed to fostering lifelong learning and KNA's in KNA's issues and promoting compassion, ethical healthcare practices, and providing educational programs to foster ethical culture. So I look forward to serving as a member at large on the Ethics and Human Rights Committee, and I thank you for this opportunity and would appreciate your vote.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Audrey. And now the last committee, which is my favorite because it's what I'm in, is the Nomination and Elections Committee. So we will start with Ann Afton.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ann Afton. I am from the great state of Kentucky, and I live near Bowling Green. I have been in this state for the past, it's kind of scary thought, 28 years. Time goes by in a hurry. I am running for the Nominations and Elections Committee, and I bring 39 years of clinical experience, the most of which has been in the emergency department in all kinds of various kinds of roles and leadership roles as well. I am retired. However, I am still very active with both the KNA, as I'm the current treasurer of our local chapter, and I'm also active with the Emergency Nurses Association. I'm a lifetime member. I currently am faculty for and teach TNCC, which is a trauma nurse core course. I'm also faculty on the emergency nursing pediatric course, and I advocate for that. Education in our state is very much in the need. So I'm always looking for people that are willing to step up and actually take a role and give their talents out there. I really feel that that's a very much of a need. Each nurse has a voice, and we are vital. We have 90,000 people, and we have vital people out there that need to step up and I feel shine and bring your unique perspective from your location or wherever you are and bring that into the leadership of the state of Kentucky. And let's really move 90,000 people forward in many, many, many areas of advocacy. I'm a huge advocate both on the national and local level for advocacy for our patients, ourselves, our nursing staff, as well as our clients, the people that live within our borders. So I would really appreciate your vote to be on the Nominations Elections Committee. And I'm very much an advocate for each individual nurse being heard. And you need to share your voice, and it's time to shine. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ann. I do not see Betty Kuiper on. Do you see Betty Deliner?
Betty was not able to join us.
All right, no worries. Remember, anybody that was not able to join us, in your email, you do have their bios. So please make sure that you read that email from the KNA that does give reference to those nurses. And our last one for our Nomination Elections Committee, we have a video. So give me just a second. Here you go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Merrick. I'm an advanced practice registered nurse for the Department of Veterans Affairs in primary care, and I'm also adjunct faculty for the BSN program and for the Family Nurse Practitioner program at Eastern Kentucky University. I am currently working toward completing my DNP at Eastern Kentucky University at this time. I feel being a nurse for the last 24 years has provided me the opportunities to be more of an advocate for nursing and given me more experience to provide more input into this committee, which the committee I've applied for is the Nominations and Election Committee. I feel like this being with the completion of my DNP will give me even more of a leadership ability and more a spokesperson for the profession of nursing and be able to provide more advocacy for nursing. I feel like we're an opportunity at this time in nursing that we can provide. We have to be able to provide more strong advocates for prevention of violence and prevention of other programs that affect us. Thank you.
Awesome. So that was our last candidate. I truly appreciate everyone's participation and involvement in tonight's candidate forum. So I will turn it over to both Delano and Dolores for our last moments to kind of close us out. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, Renee. And thank you for facilitating tonight. You did a beautiful job keeping the flow of everything. Great work.
And it was all Delano. She had the hook.
I do know it was collaborative. Thank you.
Renee, thank you so much. You are awesome.
Thank you
True.
so much.
Thank you. All right, everyone, thank you again for being here tonight. I truly enjoyed hearing from all of you and all of the candidates, as well as the videos for those who couldn't be here tonight. And thank you for sharing your experience and your passion to serve the KNA. We're excited to have you on the team. You all will receive the ballot on August 1st, as Renee mentioned earlier when we first started tonight's events. And the voting election window will end on August 15th. So watch your email. You're going to get lots of information from the KNA office explaining how to vote. Remember, to the candidates, if you are not elected into the position in which you are running, please consider serving in other positions within the KNA. There are opportunities on the Events Planning Committee, the Bylaws Committee, as well as the Policy, Procedure, and Resolution Committee, as well as other opportunities potentially. I want to share with you just a few upcoming events. Today is actually the deadline to nominate colleagues for the annual awards. We have the Nurse, Researcher, DEI Champion, Volunteer, Student, and Citizen of the Year awards. So honor those that are doing amazing work by nominating them for one of these awards. This year, the awards are going to be presented at our first gala on November 7th. Also on that evening, we will be having a poster presentation. And then on that next day, the Friday, November the 8th, it's going to be our annual conference. The Events Planning Committee is lining up a fabulous agenda for both the gala and the conference. So I do hope that you can attend those. The theme is Inspiring Action, Transforming Care, Nurses Lead the Way. We are also taking applications until July 30th for our Leadership and Advocacy Cabinet, which is truly a fabulous opportunity for nurses of all levels to grow as nurse leaders. I know a couple of you all mentioned it today, but everyone talked about their passion for nursing and leadership in various ways. So I truly hope you all will think about applying for this, because it is a wonderful opportunity. August 29th is going to be our next social justice movie night provided by the Professional Nursing Practice and Advocacy Cabinet, and it will be on violence prevention against nurses. Mark your calendar for September 26th. It's our annual business meeting. We moved it up a little bit this year. And remember, that's where we all get together to discuss our year in review of the KNA work across the state. So be sure to be there at that evening. Also in September, we will hold our town halls. And this is where we meet with legislators from across the state to hear from them about their thoughts and plans and their legislative priorities, issues, and concerns. But we share with them our KNA concerns and issues and priorities. It's really a great opportunity for us to gain legislative support and to get to know our legislators. So hopefully you can attend those. They'll be virtual. The deadline to apply for the $2,500 research grant is July 31st. So if you are planning a project, be sure to get your application submitted and potentially have this opportunity for funding to support your work. We are also accepting applications for our undergraduate student scholarships until September 15th, both for the grants and all the undergraduate scholarships. All of that information is on the website, so we encourage you to look for that. For students, be sure to apply for the scholarships, because certainly the funding for that can help you in your journey to becoming a nurse. Don't forget to order your license plate when you renew with your county clerk. If they do not have it, they can order it. It's the plate with our logo that there is no healthcare without nurses, and we truly want to see that plate across the state. It is for nurses, but it's also for others that support us. So please tell your friends and family to get that plate as well. And remember, for every plate sold, $10 goes to our foundation to fund research, scholarships, and education. So again, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, for your passion and your willingness to serve. And for those that are here to learn more about the candidates, thank you for being here as well and your work with the KNA. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'm going to see if Delanor has anything to add or end with as well.
Just one little thing, and that is a big thank you. I guess it's two things. If you have not signed up for the Nurse Legislator Engagement Program, I think we have 71 now?
71 is our latest count.
71 nurses are paired with 71 legislators to develop those relationships that can help us move bills forward. Please contact Dolores White. You can do that through email and let her know that you would like to be involved in that. For those of you who are signed up to be with the Legislative and Advocacy Academy, you will have an opportunity through that academy to participate with the Nurse Legislative Engagement Program. Thank you again. This is going to be a tough choice because you all have stepped forward and said that you want to be part of an incredible organization. It's going to be hard. I wish we could elect all of you. That's what I want to say. Thank you again for tonight.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.